It's Johnny, and I'm on my gummy, and I haven't done very many of these since I've been kicked off of TikTok, my 19th account. So I want to talk about, I just said polar bears, their number one food isn't just seals and walruses. And no, they used to dine and feast on Caucasians. Everybody goes, what? What? Yeah, I believe that the Caucasians are from the north and every country that surrounds the north. Now, when you get a map and you say you're at the top of Canada, like a map, what's just above that? Where the map always stops. They never want you to see anything. What's just above that? Do you know that people will say South America? Like if you're at the northern part of Canada, which is illegal to go, the government will not let you go. Just try. You know what? That's what I want to do. I want to start doing these videos where I'm actually trying to go see the North Pole. And when the government says, sir, you can't go any further, then maybe you'll believe me. It's not even about believing. It's not about being right. It's not about, I just want to know. And everything we know and is taught is just, it's ridiculous that they say, no, you're on a ball. And there's nothing above any maps above Canada. You can't see what's above Canada. Start the map above Canada. It's just barren. Now, all the old, when you get in the 1500s, 1400s, 1200s, all them old maps, do you know that every city's had a fire and every library was burned? What a coincidence. So all these maps are hard to find, especially on the tax plantation. Land of the free where nothing's free. But there's people that believe just if you're at the northern part of Canada, like what's right? South America. All the way back at the bottom and you're starting again. What world does that happen? The only time that can happen is if you use one point of reference, like a compass. A compass, every compass points to something magnetic in the north that you're not allowed to go see. That's all I'm saying. And they don't believe, well, if you look at every map around the north, anything around the North Pole is white, Caucasians. All the little countries, Vikings, all that stuff, and they all had Allah, and they used to believe in Thor, the electricity god, but they were harnessing electricity from the ether in Tartaria and Ethiopia's and all these huge amounts of people and cultures that were consumed by an evil that conquered everybody. Right now, we're still being conquered. Right now in Oklahoma, United States, we have the worst food, most poison, most chemicals that creates the need for another chemical in the pharmaceutical industry. Now, it doesn't cure it, but it'll help you cope as long as you're paying. We don't cure anything in our healthcare in the United States. We just help you cope as long as you're paying. So, our water's probably poison. Our healthcare, vaccines, anything. You're not allowed to talk about elections. You're not allowed to talk about. I don't even know if you can even mention Fauci. But I miss doing my videos for therapeutic reasons, and I would love to go off and check and see what's at the North Pole. Hint: Justin Trudeau, the liar he is. God, you can't believe anything he says. But his body language will tell you a different story. Watch his video on his dad taking him to the North Pole. It's out there on the internet. And when he says, yeah, I just thought I was going to go to the North Pole and it's blah, blah. They'll tell you it's always the worst place, the hardest place. You can only go at certain times and it costs too much money. And that's the same thing they tell you in Antarctica. And Antarctica's all around us. You can't go in any direction, anywhere. And if you utilize a compass, you'll always be going around the compass. So they'll let you do that, which makes this like a perimeter. And they call it the 70th parallel and the 80th parallel. In the United States, Navy does it and the Royal Navy does it. They keep us in this hoax. Some people call it the Matrix. Yeah. With the way they're doing 5G, you see these drones, AIs, look at the body parts they get from Planned Parenthood. Who gets the body parts? Oh, you're not allowed to talk about that, Johnny. How can they get a young woman? Every woman makes decisions out of emotions. That's why used car salesmen love them. If you're a used car salesman, you can have any woman you want. Tell me I'm lying. But women make every choice out of emotion. We get all our emotions from our women. Women raise babies, men raise children. Tell me another responsibility greater than a man's seed. I'll wait. But yet the courts, man, the courts, they are winning in everything. I mean, drugs in your communities. Who's winning? Is it the user? Is it the community? Is it the businesses? Is it the school? Is it the homes? Who wins with so much drugs in your community? Users aging at 12 times the speed of light, teeth falling out. Are they winning? What about the user's family? We all know that cancer. The lies, deceit, the theft. Who wins? The courts. Somebody's always on probation, and when they catch these people, they get whatever they got. They get their vehicles, they get all the cash, they just repeat the process, and they say, well, we tried. Child support. I hear that the court system gets 30%. You know, everybody in prison's got bonds on them, and it's not just your release bond. There's other bonds. These people charge your account. They're called charges. And the people that oversee them or see it, they're called employees, administrative employees, judges. Judges are duly elected. Administrative employees to oversee the profits of a corporation. Every court is a corporation. Every county, every state entity is a corporation of profit. Municipalities, your police officers, they're employees, and they got a job to do for profit. When a cop, right before a cop pulls you over, right before he turns those lights on, who do you owe? The answer is nobody. You don't owe, and you don't have to pay, and soon as he turns those lights on, who do you owe? The people that hired him. He'll come up with the reasons. There's codes, statutes, regulations, laws. You can say whatever you want. And the DA, there is, without the DA, if we could remove the DA from the bar, if you don't know what's in the bar, well, let's start there. Your attorney, the DA, the judge, the people that write the laws, the crooked politicians, all the politicians, aren't most of those lawyers? Are they in a bar? Do you need a license? No, Johnny, you just got to pass the bar exam and be in good standing with the bar. So it's an organization that has found ways to write bonds on you and charge you, put you in prison, and there's so many bonds, and there's ways to look it up. I'm not real sure how they did it. You can go to, like U.S. Bank, or it's one of the big banks, and you type in your Social Security number, and I think you have to put a number in front of it or something to make it a 10-digit, or I'm not real sure. And then all the bonds, every speeding ticket, every time you've ever been in trouble, somebody's gotten paid. And if people are getting paid mass profits, then why not make more rules? Why not make more requirements, more codes, more everything? You have to have, on this tax plantation we live on, in the land of the free where nothing's free, You have to have a license for everything. And they control us, even the ones that try to follow all the rules and try to do everything right and go to their education. You know what we learn in our education system? Nothing. Nothing. We learn authority, right? We learn when breaks are. We learn, hey, you got to be here at this time and you have to do it. And then a break. You learn to always climb levels. You're always climbing another grade. You're always trying to keep climbing. College, keep climbing. Jobs, keep climbing. Promotions. It keeps you obedient. And while you're obedient, you break laws. You get your courts against you. You can pay bankers. You can pay insurance. Insurance. Record profits. Did you know that on average, insurances don't pay 30% of the time? They just don't fucking pay. Who do you call? They didn't pay on my dad's death because it was COVID stuff. Medicine. They said, well, he was taking medicines, and any medicines, we don't have to pay life insurance. That's exactly what we needed the life insurance for. What if he works for the government and they're forcing him to take something? Oh, he fell over dead of a heart attack. And you're not going to pay. Who do you and me go see? My bank. There's a bank in Oklahoma. It's got 6 words in its motto, and 2 of them's loyalty. All my loans were with them. They said, well, you got other loans out here and you got bad credit. I said, those aren't loans. Those are $300 credit cards that they send out in bulk. Please don't. I've got 60 loans with you. Don't do that. I've got 2 credit cards and those are mine. The big credit cards that get paid, those are mine. The $300 ones, those aren't, that's a racket. Where do you go to get your credit cleaned up? How come banks that capitalize on credit don't help you fix your credit? Is it because they can profit more without it? Max profits. Who's looking out for you? Who's looking out for me? These fucking insurance companies, though, they write laws that you got to have it. 30% of the time they don't pay. The 70% they do pay, it's negotiated. And the people that are writing the laws that are doing this to us, they're telling us that we elected them. And they're dual citizens with another country. And you say, well, what country is that? You're not allowed to talk about that. Well, I know, but what country is it? I mean, how much money are we giving them? Everybody? Wait a minute. Everybody that's an elected official, -4, is dual citizens? They're all getting money from one country? And then we give that country how much money? Look at what the people in America, just look. Let me tell you about the bar. Are the Supreme Court justices in the bar? Huh? You know what I mean? Can the president be told? Now, the president is your CEO of the corporation that doesn't. Do you know we're the owners of the richest, most powerful nation in the world, and we live like what? Yeah, but Johnny, the tariffs are working. Hey, man, hold on. Has there been any? I'm a Trump guy. I was a Trump guy. He's getting close to the middle of his 2nd term. And how many? He said, we're going to drain the swamp. We see the enemy. We see the evil. Your children, God almighty. When's enough? And no arrest. Well, we're arresting the Somalians. You think all the Somalians were getting that money? They always like to pick on the bottom people like me and you. Always. They'll arrest us. Yeah, they'll go get them Somalians. Why are we not going after the top? I don't even have to say names. Let me tell you this about illegal immigration, because a lot of people, they have a problem with it. When they opened, who paid to get all the illegals in here? Well, let's just narrow it down. You did. The taxpayers. Who paid to clothe them, house them, feed them, give them? You did. There's people, this is costing you, costing our country. Can you imagine all this money? Now who's got to pay to get rid of them? They're all feeding off of you and me. Our money. Can you imagine if all that money went to Detroit? If all that money went to St. Louis or Baltimore, Philly, they want to tell you that the world out there is horrible. Well, I tell you what, you pick any fucking city anywhere in the world, and I'll take Detroit. Detroit is worse than, pick it. Can't be an American. I'll take Washington, D.C. I'll take Chicago. It's fucking dangerous where we live. Everybody's struggling. Are you seeing the homeless in these frigid ass cold? I'm wearing my dorky ass hat. I roll it up on the sides, man. That's what I do. Never going to win a beauty contest. Never. Don't care to. What I want to do is I want to get my voice out there. I'm Johnny and I'm on my gummy. And I haven't done these videos since TikTok shut me down after my 19th account. And I really don't know what I'm going to do, but I think I'm going to start me a Facebook page. And I'm going to start putting these on here. And I'm going to talk about a lot of things. I am not on your team. You're not on mine. If I don't say something that offends you, then I'm not saying it right. I'm not here to look for friends. I'm not looking here for followers. If I can get you to think opposite of what's being force fed down our entertainment system, it is killing. It's killing us. Christians, we're going to get into Christianity. We're going to get into women. We're going to get into men. We're going to get into the N-word. We're going to get into Native Americans. We're going to get into Asian Americans, Hispanic Americans, Canadians. Get into our horrible ass government and all its conspiracies and all the things that I've seen. We'll get into some of my past, but these are my therapeutic videos. And I miss doing them. I do. I don't get dressed up. I don't run. That's my front porch. I've got a little double wide in Oklahoma. It's paid off, and 5 acres in Oklahoma City. Guy offered me $250,000 and but it's all paid off. I'm like, man, I'm a VA, homebound VA vet. And I can't get a loan. And all I do is pay my fucking bills so I can have bad credit. And I don't know what else to do. I filed, or when I quit the prison system for medical issues, the Department of Corrections paid me unemployment benefits for medical issues. I was having some medical issues. I started a little oil field job, and I said, man, I can transport. I can drive. What's easier than driving? Only problem is my legs would swell up. And open up. I got the VA from health care, and can anybody name one time the VA's ever fixed anything? They're more of a coper, as long as it don't cost money kind of thing. I understand that there's grants and stuff out there. I can get my bathrooms. I don't want this house. I don't want any loans. I just want a house payment on my land that I own. Big fucking nice shop. I want to connect my house to the shop I built. I filled out a credit app, and the guy said, "Hey man," he was the owner, number 1 on Google. Gave him a bad review right out the gate. Because they denied me. You got to have a 640. I was like, man, the bank. I tried to get a loan at a different bank that doesn't know me. Said, you got to have a 620. And I said, what's mine? 634. I said, oh shit, that's the highest it's been in 20 years. It's the same company in Las Vegas. It's called Credit One, not Capital, Credit One. And their call center is either in India or Turkey. And all they want is more of your information. They know they can't handle it. What I need your mother's maiden name. Hold on, man. This credit card you guys got on my credit. No, we get your favorite color. We got your data, but they get everything. I'm like, dude, what is this? 15 years ago, the first time they did it, they told me if I didn't pay, they'd make my life a living hell. And that was a credit card that was never used. They said it was opened and never used. I said, hey, are you sending these out in fucking bulk? Don't send me another one. And I'll be damned if there wasn't another one on my credit. I called him back. Well, this one was used. He started naming off. Well, do you ever shop in this town? It's the closest town to me. I'm like, he had me thinking it was mine. Well, yeah, you know what? I do shop in that town. Well, is there he said the wrong restaurant. I said, no. What did he say? He told me a restaurant. I said, I don't think we even have that restaurant in that town. Can I see anything on this stuff? No. And I'm just stuck now, man, with guaranteed income for the rest of my life. And I can't access the equity in my home that I do have. I thought about tearing down the porches and extending this. Man, but I want more of a bunker home, if you know what I mean. I want ceramic pipe under the ground that pumps the ground temperature air into my home. I'd like to be kind of off-grid. If they shut down the electric grid, think about this. If they shut down the electric grid, if we go to war, all you got to do to America is turn down. Dude, people will be fighting in the inner cities, don't even know who the enemy are. They'll just fight each other. That's how divided we are. It's just, the division in America is unreal. You just start a spark in fucking Philly, and they'll fight each other. And it, with no electricity, no groceries, no gas, no heat. We're all dependent on what they give us. So I got my little homestead kind of going, and I want a nice underground pantry, underground home. You know what I mean? Connected to my shop. I know how. I've been out here since 1986. So this is my mom bought this place and had a few single wides on it, and I put this little double. And I lost my little business when they shut down the economy and forced. It's all them mail-in ballots, man. Everybody's like, damn, everybody's voting. Well, yeah, there's a disease out there. It's so fucking deadly. You got to get checked to see if you got it. But you got to take the medicine. No, hold on a minute. You got to it's the law. You're a guy that's going to let it spread. Hold on, man. I lost my grandma and my stepdad. Both. I had two amazing backbones in my family and support. And nothing from Trump. He ain't held Fauci, Pelosi. He ain't held Obama, Clinton's. He hasn't held anybody accountable. The CEOs of these companies that robbed us, what they call it, inflation, max profits. Do y'all remember the prices? I sold everything I owned to pay those bank loans, and they got all my 1-ton diesels and 3/4 tons, my trailers, 4-wheelers, side-by-sides, boats. They got all of it at discounted prices. Remember in 2020? We had to sell everything for pennies on the dollar. And just like a switch, they said, okay, now get out of there. Now the goods have gone through the... Now you can buy back your truck, John, for double the money. 1-tons went through... You could buy a brand new 1-ton for $42,000 in 2019. In 2021, 2022, they were $100,000. Holy smokes. Insurance. Well, insurance, we got to make the most money and pay out the least. But I'm Johnny, and I'm on my gummy. Much love.